Hey y'all, I got a little download. As most of you are aware, we are in the pre-shadow phase of Mercury retrograde, which means exes will be coming back. So I wanted to take a moment to remind all of you who have been in pain and waiting for someone to return. I want you to think back to the last time you were in that person's presence, just hanging out just with them. Did you feel loved, held, or did you feel alone? Like you may as well have been in that house by yourself.
Well, I'll tell you from right now, the sun is aligned with Saturn, which means the internet is going to be flooded with videos from women saying how celestial bodies that are billions of miles/kilometers away from the Earth, that were there millions of years before humans were even a speck of DNA on Earth, are going to somehow have a direct effect on women's feelings and their future.
How dare you! It is true, you uncultured gorilla! It's all about the energy, and those astrological signs have near unlimited energy!
Oh, really? Tell me something. How exactly does Jupiter's gravitational pull on its moons have anything to do with a woman deciding if she's going to jump into bed with Tyrone for a quick carousel ride?
It's important to reflect back not on the fantasy, for those of you dealing with the narcissist, not on the love bombing phase, not on what they promised you. Reflect back on the reality. Most of you have done so much work in separation. It's insane. I get the emails, I get the DMs. You all are so kind in letting me into your personal lives and your stories. And the thing that Spirit gave me is they want you to repeat this to yourself. Hold the line. Hold the boundary. Think back to who you were before you met this person, when you broke up, and how you're doing now.
Reflect back on the reality while at the same time referencing some zodiac signs. Is she contradicting herself there much, Queen? I mean, it's funny how she can claim a factual reaction while at the same time repeating some spiritual message. I'm not saying one shouldn't reflect on one's experience, but to claim reality while getting some messages from Casper the Friendly Ghost doesn't sound like a solid foundation to place all of one's trust.
You thick-headed gorilla! She is building tension for her advice of holding the line!
Oh, really? What is this, the final battle of the Patriot film? Look, I'm not saying it's bad advice. I am saying be upfront about it instead of trying to claim some supernatural source came up with this stuff.
For most of you, I can guarantee you are a completely different person, stronger than you ever thought you could be. Don't abandon yourself now. Hold faith and hold space that there is better out there. Better than someone who discarded you when you needed them. If they feel like home, it's probably because your home was chaotic and you probably had to earn or fight for love or recognition. Take your inner child by the hand and let them know, I will not let you down. Hold the line. I love you.
Was all that really necessary to say,
You are the table? Hold the line?
she might as well should have made a fast food order to hold the pickles. Ladies, for as much as you may think I am being mean, I simply am pointing out the obvious here. What does astrology, past questionable traumas, and being a ghost whisperer have to do with giving some straight advice? If you want to say to women to hold whatever you want them to, because somehow they are at the table, just say it! This is why men will claim that women give bad advice because they don't want to be held accountable if any of their advice turned out negative in any way. So they use planets and spirits as a way they can lay the blame away from themselves if things turn out not great. Moving on.
All right, so here's the thing. My 2023 motto was simple. If it comes, let it. If it goes, let it. If it stays, make it feel at home. So here's the thing. If somebody wants to walk out the door, I'm going to open it for them because I know what I bring to the table. I am the whole table. They know that I'm the table. And they know they need a table. So if they ain't gonna claim the table, somebody else gonna eat at the table. You heard?
That's right, Queen. You are the whole table, splinters and all. Except for the fact that the table is a metaphor for the actual relationship. So how exactly are you the entire union by yourself? And no, they do not know you are the table because you are not everything by your lonesome. If they need a table, they will get it with or without you. Don't get it twisted, ladies. Men don't need a relationship. They want one. And trust me, if a man doesn't want to claim a table with you, it's probably because they spotted a flag rather than this woman's hair dye bottle. But hey, you are the table. The end table as in the end of a relationship. Moving on.
So I saw this video on my For You page where a girl was basically talking about like her requirements to date her, which were completely fair, but all the men in the comments were like, well, do you do those? Do you meet all the requirements? Like, what do you bring to the table? So I was like, maybe I should make a version of this video, but it's actually just what I bring to the table, but it's also my standards. So these are my requirements to date me, except I actually meet them too. So I am driven, I set high goals for myself, and I accomplish them. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. I do not rely on anyone but myself for financial support. I don't need an ATM. And I will not be anyone else's ATM. I'm that kind of person who pays attention to details, so if I see something that reminds me of you, I'm gonna send it to you. It'd be nice to get the same back. I think I'm gonna have to make a part 2, but yeah, these are all things I know I bring to the table, so you gotta...
Impressive list there, except for the one giant glaring flaw. What makes you think men are interested in any of your list components? This is just more proof that women, in general, don't bother to learn what men want. Ladies, let me make this simple for all of you. When men are young and starting to date, they realize early that women are not like men, and they are not interested in the same things. Call it the early wall for men if you like. And men have to learn what women want in order to attract them, because women are given their high SMV up front. They don't learn that same lesson. This is why women learn later in life that men don't care about your goals, your money, your attention to detail, or anything this young queen brings to the table. Now, don't get me wrong, as men will lie to you and say those things are great because they know it's what you want to hear. And men will say it to smash. But if these items are what you bring to the table, men will at first say it's awesome, but quietly they will only put up with this masculine list until they don't want to smash anymore. Moving on.
I love it when a man asks me, what can you bring to the table? Baby, I'm 31. I have 2 kids, and my kids share the same father. I have a state job. I'm an entrepreneur. I also have benefits as well as 401k. I cook, I clean, I own my own home, I own my own cars. So when you ask me, what can I bring to the table? Baby, I am the table. I'm just waiting for you to take a seat.
Fam, exactly how does being a 31-year-old single mom of 2 an asset you are bringing to the table? Brah, let's call it how it is. She led with that one as if it's her strongest card. You kings out there probably fell in love immediately after she said that in her own delusion. Also, her money doesn't mean jack to men. Your money is your money, queen. Nothing much more than that. Cooking and cleaning are probably what you should have led with. And owning your own home and cars only attract lazy bums who want you to maintain them. Ladies, just because you are the Lizzo beauty standard doesn't mean you should always claim you are the table. I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.